Yep. So let's go check. Hello, everybody. Just checking you can fit into the shot. There we go. Ta-da! So hopefully you can all hear me. Maybe when you come in to the group, type me a hello or something in the chat if you can, or send me a message if you need to. I've got my WhatsApp group up and running at the same time, so I can see if any of you need any help with the link in. So going to wait a few minutes because I think there's only one of you here at the moment. I'm not sure, so I'm gonna wait a little bit longer this morning. I'm feeling I probably need to see if I can find an actual link to the YouTube. Excellent, thank you for sending me a message. YouTube. Morning, everybody. So I can see myself on my phone. So what I can do, I can actually share the link to you now, which is amazing, to YogaFit Time Together. Send. Here we go. Ta-da. Let's wait a few more moments. I think there's 6 of you now. Excellent. Lovely. So that's all working. Yeah, the camera, the whole process using Zoom and YouTube setup is similar in a way, but the YouTube experience is just so much clearer and a better view, etc. So I'm going to stick with YouTube for the moment. And it does automatically, obviously, save the video, so anyone can use it at any time. So that's really super useful. So good morning, Heather. I think Rosemary, Jane, Vera, Petra, you in? Junko, I hope. I think I can only ever see, I can see there's 9 people, but I don't know who you are. I think it only shows in the participants, people who have subscribed. So I'm going to wait 1 more minute and then we can get started. Hi, Alex. So make sure you have your blocks or blocks equivalent and a strap, and then we'll get started. So we'll wait 1 minute and then I'll get going. Hopefully you all had a lovely weekend. If you didn't join me yesterday or on Saturday, it's a new week, it's Monday. Something I use a lot is Rescue and Renew Focus Oil from Arbonne. I can send you the information. Here we go. This is a really wonderful essential oil blend. You pop a little bit of this onto the wrists, just a little dot, and then you rub that in. Some of you who've been to my classes in person will know what I'm talking about. That stuff's absolutely magic. I buy mine from YogaVani and Potter's Bar because they are reps for the Arbonne range, and this is called Focus Oil. So it's a beautiful blend of lots of citrus, so it really invigorates and it really starts the day off well. So I'm going to send you a link for this later. Invest in it, it's amazing. And one little bottle of oil probably lasts you, I don't know, maybe more than a year. And I've shared this with lots of my yoga friends. So I'm only halfway through the bottle and I use it a lot, pretty much every day. So along with that and my incense courtesy of my friend Junko Shimizu. That's from her mum in Japan, sends me that. I've got the full sensory experience. So let's get started in Sukhasana. So coming to sit on your mats. If you feel comfortable sitting on a block or a bolster, then take that and pop that underneath the bottom. So I'm going to sit on my bolster this morning. Just elevates the hips. You know, before you start to feel warm, things can feel a little bit stiff first thing in the morning. So Sukhasana, comfortable seated pose. So the legs are crossed. Start to take your focus and attention inwards. So simply closing the eyes now. Taking the hands onto the lap, onto the knees, and taking the pointer finger and thumb together. Starting to really draw the attention inwards. Focusing simply on the breath, the sensations of the breath, in and out through the nose. So just check in that you're sitting your spine nice and tall. So stacking the spine straight. Imagine the crown of the head is resting centrally over the center of the pelvis. Beginning to engage Mula Bandha pelvic floor. Give that a little squeeze and lift in. And on your next exhale, draw that navel into spine. So engaging Uddiyana Bandha. So bringing these two energy locks together. Imagine there's a giant drawstring and you're just pulling that drawstring in, and then taking that up. So in and up. So squeeze and lift. Holding it here for a few more breaths. Focusing on that breath in and out. Making the breath a little bit longer so deepen and lengthen the inhale. Take a little pause at the top of the breath. And then let the breath out. Take a little pause at the bottom. And then deeply breathe in. Pause and breathe out. Beginning to use a little bit of Ujjayi sound into the breath. Oceanic, victorious, just swirling that breath in the back of the throat. Just energizing that breath a little bit more. And taking a little bit more detailed focus on the breathing. So quietening the mind. Chitta Vritta Nirodha. So the restraints, the modifications of the mind, just calming down the mind, quietening the mind. one of Patanjali's first sutras. And one of the big aims of yoga is to quiet the mind, still all that chatter, and feel yourself becoming present in the moment. The only moment we really have. Past is in the past, and the future is yet to come. So just really arriving at your practice, arriving in the present moment. And now taking this opportunity, this moment of stillness, to set yourself a positive intention, sankalpa, a resolve. And repeating that 3 times to your inner mind's eye, with lots of light and color and clarity, in the present moment, in the present tense, I am, and then fill in your resolve that resonates with you. And slowly opening up the eyes, releasing the hands from their mudra. We're going to stay seated, take a deep breath in. And then you're going to take a lovely, gentle twist over to the right. So taking your left hand across your right knee and placing your right hand behind you onto the fingertips. So you're just spinning the chest around towards the right and sending your drishti, your gaze, over your right shoulder to the far right. Keep drawing navel to spine. Keep sitting tall. Big inhale to center. And then exhale over to the left. So hooking the right hand across the left knee onto your fingertips of the left hand behind you. Draw navel to spine, sit tall, and look over that left shoulder to the far left. Check in the flow of the breath is nice and steady and even. Inhale to center. Let's go one more time, and that's each side. So over to the right. Inhale, center, and exhale, last time, over to the left. Inhale, center. And then nice and slowly, tipping over so that you are on all fours. Into Bidhalasana, a tabletop position. So carefully stacking the shoulders over the wrists and the knees underneath the hips. Pressing the tops of the feet actively into the mat. Spread the fingertips wide, middle finger facing forwards. Take a nice deep breath in, coming into cow. So we tilting the pelvis up. So tilt your tailbone to point to the sky. And chest gaze lifts. Exhale, pressing into the hands, start to arch the back the other way. Drop the chin towards the chest. Into cat. Big breath in, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale. Exhale. So flow your movement with your breath in your own time now. Take one more of each. Then coming into a neutral spine. Now we're going to thread the needle. So taking a nice big breath in, you're going to reach your right arm up to the sky. Look up to your thumb. And then exhale, thread that hand down and underneath the left. So you're coming onto your right shoulder. So check you've got your balance and that you feel comfortable. So just wiggle around, find that little spot on the shoulder and onto the right temple. Because some of you might want to bind into the hand with the left hand to left foot. So really making sure you have switched on your bandhas. So squeeze into the belly, abdominals are switched on, and that right arm is glued to the mat. You really use that outstretched right arm and palm facing up to support you and balance you. So taking a big breath in, let's reach the left hand up to the sky. Now choosing two options, either take that hand behind the back and you're opening the chest towards the left, looking up over your left shoulder. Option two is to reach the left leg away. Now binding the foot, now you could accidentally roll over, that's okay. You'll be rolling to the right, but really resist with all the strength in your torso and really lock the body strong to grab hold of the left foot. So keep the gaze lifted up to the sky. 2 more breaths. And then slowly release the hand down, the foot down if you had hold of the bind. Pushing into the left hand, going over to the other side. So this time we're going to reach the left hand up to the sky. So first twist and lift your gaze up to the top thumb. Then threading the needle underneath towards the right. So now you're on your left shoulder. I'm facing the other way away from you, so forgive me for turning my back to you. So making sure you really have a strong foundation here if you want to take the bind. Taking a big breath in, looking up to your right arm as it lifts to the sky. Taking that right arm to wrap behind the back towards the left thigh. Open the chest to the side, looking up to the sky. So lifting the drishti. So the other option is to send the right leg away. And then slowly, 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 with control, taking hold of the right foot. Keeping the chest open to the side. Keeping your gaze lifted. Pushing that foot into the hand. 2 more breaths. Don't worry if you roll out. There's always another time, another day. Challenge is good. It's what changes us. So dropping your right hand down, press into that right hand, coming back into all fours. The next position is our downward facing dog, so we can stretch out the legs. So first we're going to tuck the toes, then pushing into the hands. Let's just hover the knees first off the mat. Squeeze and lift into the belly. Just really engaging the abdominals. And then pushing into the hands starts to send the hips back towards the heels, so buttocks towards the heels. It's like you're in a low crouch position. Belly lands onto the thighs. And then starting to lift the hips up towards the sky. Begin to walk out your dog, so pedaling the legs. This is where all my joints in the morning have a good old click. I can hear my ankles, my knees. So feel all of those clicks happening. And draw your chin towards your chest, your drishti towards your navel. And then wagging your tail, so keeping your arms static, the upper body static. We're just taking the hips from side to side, and you'll feel a lovely stretch down the side body. So just tipping from side to side, and then coming onto the very tips of the tops of the toes. So lifting up and down a couple of times, waking up the feet, the toes, the bones of the feet. And then coming into a side plank. So ripple the chest forwards. So we're coming into a plank first. And then taking your weight into your right hand, stack the feet one in front of the other, and lifting up to the side. Looking up. Really engage the side body so the hips don't drop. So you're really pushing them up. And then spinning over to the other side, so placing the left hand down, taking your weight into the left side, feet stacked one in front of the other, then looking up to your top hand. Nice, deep, even breaths here. 2 more breaths. And then placing the hands down onto the floor, pushing into the hands, coming back into downward facing dog. Rippling the chest forwards into plank. And then sending the hips back, exhale, downward facing dog. Ripple the chest forwards to plank. Exhale, drive the hips back into downward facing dog. Then from here, kicking the right leg to the sky. Bringing the weight forwards into the hands slightly. Really bringing that knee into chest. Maybe touching the nose with the knee. And then going back to downward facing dog, left side. So lifting the left leg to the sky. And then weight comes forwards into the hands. Let's bring that knee in. Touch the nose. Back to downward facing dog. Then nice and slowly walking your feet up to join your hands. And hanging in ragdoll. So just clasping opposite elbows for a few moments. Just shaking the head. Nodding that head. Releasing tension in the neck. Feel that lovely stretch down the backs of the hamstrings, backs of the legs. Maybe a little sway from side to side. And then softening in the knees, little bend in the legs. Starting to roll yourself up to standing. Nice and slowly. And coming up to the top of your mat. Bringing the feet together. Standing in mountain pose. So really taking some focus and attention on the feet. Spreading the toes wide. And then placing the toes actively, rooting those toes into the earth, lifting the inner arches of the feet. Squeeze and lift into the thighs. Roll the shoulders back and down. Now we're going to lift our arms up to the sky, and I'd like you to clasp your right wrist with your left pointer finger and thumb. And really pull on that right wrist. It's almost like you're trying to pull your right arm out of its shoulder joint. So take a big breath in, pull, 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 and then start to tilt yourself over to the left. So feeling a really lovely stretch in the right side and then a contraction in the left. So extending and squeezing at the same time. Squeeze the legs towards each other. Hold it here. 2 more breaths. So we're keeping our arms alongside the ears. Inhale to the center and switch sides. So you're going to circle the left wrist. Big inhale, pull on that wrist. And then over to the right. Nice strong Ujjayi breath. 2 more. Inhale, center. Let's take 1 more on each side and see if you can feel as though you can tilt a little bit further. Big breath in, over to the left. Maybe reach those arms a little bit further over. Inhale, come to center, and then switch the arms over. Reach up, really reach and extend, and then over to the side. Two more breaths. Big breath into center, and then coming into tree pose. So find yourself a little spot on the floor for your drishti. Rooting your left foot. We're going to start with the left side. Going to bring the right knee in towards the chest. Maybe lowering the nose down to knee. And then taking the foot to land somewhere on the thigh, the calf, or to touch the earth with the big toe. So choosing your option today. Maybe you want to bind the foot in a half lotus, but just finding what works for you. Remember, this is your practice. There's no ego, competition, judgment. Bringing your hands to heart center and then reaching the arms overhead. Grow your tree tall. Feel the foot rooted into the mat, into the earth. Feel your standing legs strong like the trunk of a tree. Feel the lightness of your body and the strength of your branches. Growing tall and then bringing the arms down back to heart center. And switching sides. So standing leg on the right side. So rooting that right foot into the earth. Bringing the left knee in towards the chest. So moving nice and slowly. Bringing that knee up to the nose or the nose down to the knee. Just to work on our balance. So foot to earth, calf, or above the knee, but never on the knee. Don't press into the knee joint. Bringing the hands to heart center, drishti on that spot on the floor. Growing yourself nice and tall, reaching up to the sky. Pressing the hands together, the palms of the hands together consciously. Just check in with the flow of the breath. Keeping Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha switched on. 2 more breaths. Don't worry if you wobble. It's the start of the day. This might be challenging. Wobbling is good. Hands back to heart center. And then releasing that foot down to the earth, nice and gently. Coming to stand at the top of your mat in your mountain pose. Have your blocks somewhere ready to hand, because eventually we're going to need them for our Ardha Chandrasana. So have those to hand when we need them. So grab your blocks and have them at the top of your mat. So starting with our classical Surya Namaskara, beginning in Samastitihi. Feet together, hands to heart center. Just check in with the breath, nice and steady and even. Take a nice deep breath in, reaching up to the sky into Urdhva Hastasana. We'll take our hands through center, through the heart center. Exhale down to Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale for halfway lift. And then stepping back with the right leg. Drop the knee, release the foot. Breath in into Anjaneyasana. Looking up to the hands. Exhale, reaching forwards, tuck the back toes. Step the left foot back into plank. Drop the knees, chest, chin. Then inhale into a little mini cobra. Exhale into Bidalasana. Tuck the toes and then coming into Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Stepping the right foot forwards. Drop the knee. Inhale into that low lunge. Exhale, frame the front foot. Tuck the toes. And then step the left foot forwards into Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands through center, reaching all the way up into Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, back to Samastitihi. Back to Tadasana. Inhale, arms reach up into Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold deeply into Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Step the right leg back. Drop the knee. Inhale, low lunge, looking up to the thumbs. Frame the front foot. Tuck the toes. Step the left foot back into plank. Anjaneyasana. Plank. What am I saying? Drop the knees. Chest, chin. Exhale. Inhale for that halfway lift up into mini cobra. Tuck in the toes into Bidalasana. Exhale. And then into downward facing dog. Big breath in as you step the right leg forwards, drop the knee. Inhale into that low lunge, look up to the thumbs. Exhale, frame the front foot, tuck the toes, step the left foot forwards into Ardha Uttanasana. Inhale, exhale, Uttanasana. Big breath in, arms, hands through center. Reaching up to the sky into Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale into Samasthiti. Back to mountain pose. One more time. Inhale, reach the arms up to Urdhva Hastasana. Look up. Exhale, forward fold deeply over the legs. Hands through center. Inhale, halfway lift. And then stepping the right leg back into the Anjaneyasana. Big breath in as you come into that low lunge, sinking deeply into the hips. Exhale, frame the front foot. Tuck the toes into plank. Exhale, lower chin, chest onto the floor. Breath in for that mini cobra, look up. Exhale, Bidhalasana. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, stepping the right foot forwards. Drop the knee. Breath in into Anjaneyasana. Frame the front foot. Step the left foot forwards into Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, deeply forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, hands through center, reaching up all the way into Urdhva Hastasana, looking up to the thumbs. And then exhale back to Samasthiti. Hands back down to the sides, into Tadasana, mountain pose. Catch the breath in and out. Coming into Utkatasana. So bringing the toes together, big breath in, swinging the arms forwards, follow the hands with the gaze into chair pose. Now maybe you want to lift the heels ever so slightly off the floor. Feel a lift into Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Staying here. Dropping the heels again, bring the hands to the heart center. We're going to take a Parivrita Utkatasana. So taking the left elbow across to the right knee. Squeeze those knees towards each other. Open the chest to the side. Push the hands one on top of the other. And then spreading your wings wide. Open your arms 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Looking up to your top hand. Strong Ujjayi breath. Big breath in. Exhale over to the other side. So stack those hands on top of each other. Spin the chest to the side. Look up over your left shoulder. And then opening the arms wide. Parivrita Utkatasana. Left side. Squeeze and lift into Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Taking a nice big breath in. Come to center. Then reaching the arms forward into Ardha Utkatasana. So sinking the hips a little bit lower. Reach forwards, forwards, forwards. Squeeze into the thighs and glutes. Then a nice big breath in, reaching up. Coming back to Tadasana, mountain pose. Coming into Surya Namaskar B. Inhale into Utkatasana. Exhale deeply, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant the hands, step or jump yourself back into plank. Exhale, lower your choice, knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Big breath in as you kick the right leg towards the sky. And then step it forwards between the hands, coming into Ashtha Chandrasana. Big breath in. And then taking the arms to the side, reach to the side. Breathing in, reach up. And then reaching forwards. Frame the front foot, step the foot back. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hips back. Push into those hands. Big kick of the left leg towards the sky and then kick that left foot between the hands. Send the ball of the back foot. Big breath in into Ashtha Chandrasana and then reaching to the side. Inhale. Reach forwards, frame the front foot, step it back. Exhale, lower with control, your choice. Inhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Reset the breath. In and out. Spread the fingers wide, take the chin towards the chest, drishti to navel, heels towards the mat. On your next breath in, bend the knees, look to the top of the mat. Step or jump lightly up to the top. Breath in, halfway lift. Exhale, deeply fold over the legs. Utkatasana, inhale, so bending the knees, sweep the arms forwards and up, look up to the hands. Then rising up, inhale and exhale back to mountain pose. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant the hands, step or jump back. Exhale, lower with control. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Then big breath in, floating the right leg towards the sky. Bend that knee, kick towards the left buttock with the right heel. So really spinning the hips to face to the right. Look under your left armpit. Inhale to center. Bringing that right knee in towards the chest. Step lightly forwards and then drop the back heel. Inhale into warrior one. Exhale, frame the front foot. Step it back and then lowering down, your choice, control, exhaling. Inhale, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale, three-legged dog, left side, then twist and open those hips to the left. So you're trying to kick your buttock with your right buttock with the left heel. Look under your right armpits. Inhale to center. Weight comes forwards. Bring that knee in towards the chest. Step lightly between the hands. Drop the back heel. Breath in for that warrior one, left side. Exhale, frame the front foot. Step it back. Exhale, lower. With control, chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Keeping with upward facing dog or mini cobra. Your choice, your practice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just take a couple of breaths here to reset. Knowing that child's pose, balasana, is always here for you if you need it at any point. On your next breath in, little bend in the knees, look forwards. Exhale, step or jump lightly to the top. Breath in, halfway lift, lift that chest. Flatten the back, scoop the belly up. Exhale, deeply fold over the legs. Inhale for that chair. Utkatasana. Look between the hands. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, lower the arms back down to the sides. Last time. Taking a deep breath in into chair. Exhale, deeply forward fold over the legs. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant the hands. Step or jump back into plank. Exhale, lower your choice. Inhale, upward facing dog. Open the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together, look up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big breath in, kicking the right leg to the sky. Twist and open. And then drop the right foot alongside the left. So now you're facing towards the back of your mat, drop the bottom down. Take a nice big breath in, coming into a wild thing. So pushing into those hips, lifting up, looking back. Open the chest. And look to your right hand. Look to your left hand. Spin onto that left foot. Coming into three-legged dog. Right side. Bringing the right foot forwards between the hands. Drop the back heel. Breath in into warrior one. Exhale, frame the front foot. Step the front foot back into plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hips to the side, drop that left foot alongside the right, and then spin on your feet to face the back of the mat. Big breath in, pushing into the hips, drive the hips to the sky, send that left hand back, look to your left hand. Look to your right hand, and then spinning around on the right foot, coming back into three-legged dog. Left side, weight comes forwards, step the left foot forwards, drop the back heel. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, frame the front foot, step the front foot back, plank down, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Jirishi to navel. Head hangs heavy between the arms. Heels pushing down towards the mat, yet tilting that tailbone up towards the sky. Feel the length in the backs of the legs. On your next breath in, look forwards. Exhale to step or jump lightly to the top. Breath in, halfway lift. Exhale, deeply forward fold. Inhale, chair. Hold it here. Squeeze and lift into the belly. Look up between the hands. Then root to rise. Inhale. Exhale, hands back to mountain pose. Now check you have your blocks ready. Just need to move my mat because it slipped very close to the TV. It's like a dune, a barken in the desert, shifting in the sand. So having your blocks ready. Okay, taking your weight into your, we're going to start with the left leg. So left leg, starting to tilt forwards, forwards, forwards. Bringing your right hand down to your block. So we're bringing our right leg up to hip height. Your block is to the right of your, top right of your mat. Take your left hand to your left hip, just to start, and then starting to twist and open the chest to the side. So staying here, Parivrita, Ardha Chandrasana, or lifting the arm up to the sky. Look up to your top hand. Squeeze and lift into the belly. 2 more breaths. Big breath in. Exhale, look down to your front foot. Bring down that top leg and switch sides. So now we're going to take our block to the left. If you only have one block, move it over. And the weight's going to come into the right leg. So bringing the left leg up to hip height. So find your balance in that standing leg, squeeze into the thigh, the big toe, taking your right hand to your right hip. Start to twist the torso, the chest towards the right. Now you can stay here or lifting the the right arm up to the sky. Look up to your top hand. 2 more breaths. Big breath in, slowly lowering the arm if you lifted it, and slowly lowering the leg. Step the left foot to the side and start to pivot yourself so that you're facing the side of your mat. So your feet are going to be lining up with the short ends of the mat. Oh, everything's clicking this morning. Hips and the lot. So we're going to take a nice wide stance. Take your hands to your shins. Flat back. Then taking the left hand across to the outside of the right foot. Start to lift the right arm up to the sky. So taking a twist. Now, if it doesn't feel comfortable for you to put your left hand onto the outside of the right foot, you can place your block in the middle and push into the block and have your left hand center so that your arms are 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Two more breaths. Look up to your top thumb. Check in with that nice strong Ujjayi breath. Big breath in. Switching sides. So bringing the right hand to the outside of the left foot, twisting and lifting that left hand to the sky, or placing your hand on that block in center. So really twisting the torso to the left, chest to the left, gaze up to the top thumb. Big breath to center. Heel toe the feet a little closer together. Take the hands to the hips, bend in the knees, and come up to standing. Bring the feet together. Coming into eagle. Have your strap ready as well. So grab your strap. For after eagle, we have Parivrtta Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. So eagle, let's take the weight into the right foot. Two options, taking the left foot across the right knee, hands to heart center, and then bending into the standing leg. Drishti on the spot in front of you. So that's option number one. Or taking a full eagle, so wrapping the left leg around the right and taking the opposite bind to the arm. So right, left leg on top or underneath. So my left leg is on top of my right leg. So my left arm goes underneath the right. So I'm taking the opposite bind of the arms to the legs. Big breath in, release slowly. Give your legs a shake. Over to the other side. So taking option one, crossing the right knee across the left leg, hands to heart center. Keep the chest lifted and then bending into the standing leg. Other option is to wrap the right leg around the left. Now you might find that one leg wraps easier than the other. It depends on your joints, your hips, pelvis, knees, all connected. Right leg is on top, so right arm goes under. Steady, even breaths. Big breath in to release. Back to mountain pose. Just let the breath settle a little bit. And then a couple of options here for that Parivrtta Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. Strap or holding the knee. So left leg is a standing leg. We're going to take the left hand onto the knee and you're going to reach back with the right arm. So hold the knee option. You use the strap around the foot. So holding the strap with the left hand or taking hold of the big toe. So you choose which one you want to take today. So 5 breaths when you get into it. So I'm going to take the big toe option. I'll stand to the side. So make sure that standing leg is strong and you're really pushing into the big toe, standing foot, and move nice and slowly. Don't rush. Use the breath. Look to your backhand if you can. And slowly release the leg down. Switch sides. So grabbing hold of the left foot with the opposite hand, or taking hold of the knee, reaching back, or taking the strap, Extend the leg, reach back, or take hold of the left toe with the peace fingers of the right hand. So you choose today what works for you. Making that standing leg strong. Use the breath. Send your drishti to your backhand if you can. Two more breaths. Whew. Even we have a wobble. That's good. And come back to standing. So taking a little Vinyasa to come down. We're going to take a nice big breath in, coming into Urdhva. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale for that halfway lift. Step the right foot back. Drop the back knee. Big breath in, Anjanasana. Exhale, forward fold over and bring the hands forward to frame the front foot. Step the front foot back. Drop the knees. Lower yourself down, knees chest chin. Inhale for a mini cobra. Bidilasana, exhale. Tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Stepping the right foot forwards. Low lunge into that left hip. Look up. Big breath in, Anjanasana. Frame the front foot. Tuck the back toes and step the front foot back to the front. And hold it here. Just forward fold. Clasp your opposite elbows. Just have a little stretch in the backs of the legs. And then coming into Malasana. So taking yourself down into a yogi squat. So dropping down into the hips. You can lift the heels off the floor if that feels good today. Or if you just don't have that stretch in the legs yet, push the elbows into the inside of the knees. Take a nice big breath in here, and we're going to stand up, so pushing into the feet. Then exhale, lower down. Maybe keeping the heels down. Let's just work into those hips a little bit. Big breath in, reach up. We're going to do that 3 more. Exhale, come down. So play with the position of the feet and the ankles, the heels. Exhale, come down. We're going to go up 1 more time. Inhale, use gravity to really sink into those hips. Exhale, coming down. Maybe you can get those hips down now. Or keep the heels lifted, or the ankles. So you really need to play with how, because everybody's hips are slightly different. So just find that position that works for you today. It might be this, it might be this. So find that spot. And then take your left hand to your right ankle and then reach the right arm back. Big breath in, over to the other side. I'm going to try to do it with my heels lifted, just to challenge my balance. So reaching back with the left arm. Bring the heels back down for me. Left hand, left thigh, over to the right, twist. And then 1 more time over to the left. So right hand, left ankle, twist. And then back to center. Back into your yogi squat. Hold it here. Really work into those hips. Deep breaths in and out. And then tilting yourselves forwards. Placing the hands onto the floor. Drop the knees down. Come into child's pose. So hips go back. Forehead to the mat. Nice deep breaths in and out. So I'm reaching my arms back, palms of the hands reaching up. Roll the shoulders forwards. Lots of space between the shoulder blades. Nice deep breaths in and out. And then coming up. And then dropping the bottom to the left of the heels. Taking a twist to look to the right. So I have my left hand on my my right calf and my right hand on my right foot. So I'm sitting as tall as I can and then looking over my right shoulder. Checking in with that breath, nice and strong, in and out. Inhale, using your hands to tip yourselves over to the other side. So now you're looking over your left shoulder. And then reaching the legs front into Dandasana. So flexing the feet, squeeze into the thighs, hands either side of the buttocks. Drop the chin towards the chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, squeeze and lift into the belly. Chin towards the chest, Jalandhara Bandha. And then taking the right foot across the left leg and then bringing the left heel in towards the buttocks. So I'm folding in like cross-legged position with the left leg and the right leg is across my left. Hooking the the left hand across the right knee, starting to spin the chest to the right, and then bringing my right arm around towards the left hip and thigh, looking over my right shoulder. Squeeze and lift into the belly, nice tall, long spine. Feel as though somebody's pulling you from the crown of the head. Big breath in, switch sides. So folding in the right foot in like a cross-legged position, and then taking the left foot across, hooking that right elbow across the left knee. So I'm opening the chest to the left, and then taking the left hand to wrap behind the back towards the right thigh or right hip. So spine nice and tall. Grow all the way to the crown of the head. Drishti to the far left. With every exhale, see if you can twist around that little bit more. 2 more breaths. And then extend the legs out front. Bringing the right leg in, the right foot, hands distance apart from the left. Take your left hand to the left outside of the left thigh, reaching up, right arm up to the sky, then reaching forwards. Bind the right arm around the right leg. Sorry, I've lost my voice. And then left hand behind the back, clasp the hands together. Now, if that's not possible for you to clasp your hands, use your strap to create a little bit more length, something to hold and grasp onto. So we're growing the spine nice and tall first. So a little bit lift and length, and making sure that left leg is really switched on. Now your right buttock can lift off the mat. So we're folding in over our left leg. This is Marichyasana A. 2 more breaths. Drishti to the big toe. Big breath in. So all of these squeezes and twists are really great for the internal organs, the digestive system. So bringing the left foot in, hands distance apart from the right leg. Right leg on, switched on. Right hand to outside of right hip. Reaching up with the left hand, reach forwards with the left hand, and then wrap the left hand around the left leg. So keep that there. Then reaching and binding the right arm behind to grab hold of the left hand. So use your strap if you can't reach it. So slightly lift that left buttock off the mat. Squeeze into that right thigh. Keep that right leg really, really active. And bringing in and flexing that right foot. Your drishti is to the big right toe. We're folding over the right leg. Steady, even breaths. 2 more. Big breath in. Into Dandasana. just for a moment. Then we're going to come into that grasshopper. So first set yourself nice and straight, and then taking the left leg, left foot across to over at the right leg, and then starting to twist to the right. So now we're facing the right of your mat, bringing your right hand into the floor and reaching that left hand to the outside of the right foot. So the first thing we do is we lift that right leg off the mat. So really pulling into that. If you can't reach the foot, then use your strap. If that's just that little bit too out of reach, then pull on the strap and hold it like this. If you can grab the foot, grab the foot. Now you're going to drive into that left heel, left foot, and into the right hand actively. So you're really twisting the body to the right and then tilting slightly forwards to the side a little bit more. So you need to tilt and then push into the hand and into the foot, and then lift the leg off and then look forwards. Squeeze and lift into the belly. Hold it here. A little bit more. And slowly release that leg down. Switching sides. So I'm going to turn around. So now I'm going to be facing, you're going to be facing the left of your mat. Bringing the right leg across. Really root that right foot into the ground. Left hand into the ground. Reaching the right hand round, using the strap if you need to that left foot. Really grab hold of the outside edge of the left foot. So first lifting the left leg off the mat. That's step one. Maybe staying here. Tilting the weight slightly forwards, so leaning forwards. Start to push into the right foot and into the right hand, looking forwards. Squeeze and lift into the belly. Lift a little bit higher. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice and slowly lower yourself down. Give yourselves a shake. Just need to move my speaker as I roll down onto my mat to come into a bridge pose. So I'm going to take this onto the carpet. So rolling down onto your backs. Bring your heels close to the buttocks. Set yourselves up for your bridge. So nice and slowly rolling down onto the back. Heels come in to the buttocks. So nice and close. Just checking those thighs remain parallel at all times. So even though when we come up into the bridge, you can't see them necessarily. Well, you can in bridge, but in wheel you can't, because when we come into the next stage, I really want you to really squeeze the thighs towards each other. So start to lift the hips up to the sky, wiggle the shoulder blades together. Now I'd like you to push your weight into your right foot and very slowly start to lift the left foot off, bend the knee, and then extend the leg up to the sky. Lower the leg down, switch sides. So weight into the left side, keep those hips level, really squeeze into the hips, lift that right leg up, lower it down. One more time each side, so real control, squeeze into that glute to the right side, lifting the left foot up to the sky, and lower it down. Other side, so right leg up, keep the hips up, and lower it down. Stay here. Drive the hips a little bit higher. Hold it in. Big breaths into the diaphragm, belly lifts and lowers with the breath. So feel that billowing effect into the tummy as you breathe in and out. And slowly lowering it down, vertebra by vertebra through the spine. Hug the knees in tight. Tight. Bring the nose up to the knees. So making yourself into a lovely tight ball. Give yourself a lovely hug. Maybe a little rock and roll forwards and backwards if you feel that feels good today, or a little tilt from side to side. From here, we're going to extend the legs up overhead, twist the legs into eagle. So eagle those legs. So wrapping the right leg across the left and hooking the right foot underneath the left calf. Drop the foot down. Take the arms out wide. Palms facing up. And then drop that left knee down towards the floor. Keep the shoulders glued to the floor. Look to your right hand. So taking a lovely twist in the spine. Inhale, center. And then taking the opposite bind of the leg. So left leg wraps over right. Hooking the foot behind the leg. Calf. Drop that right foot down. Taking it the other way. So over to the right, drop those knees to the right. And look to your left hand. So letting gravity help us here, but also the exhale. So on every exhale, just let go a little bit more. Release into it on the breath out. Big breath into center, hug the knees in. A little rock and roll if that feels good. And then back to Dandasana. Then taking the left leg to the side, bring the right foot in. We're going to reach towards the left foot with the left hand, right hand overhead. Reach, reach, reach to that left foot. Now, if you can't reach, use your strap. So this is a twist and a stretch. So keeping the chest lifted, keep the arm, the top arm by the right ear. So it's a deep squeeze and a deep stretch. If you can, bring that left elbow down to the floor. Big breath into center, switch sides. So left foot comes onto the inside of the right leg. If you can, bring the elbow down to the floor. If not, bring it onto the leg. But reach the left hand overhead and then stretch and reach to the outside of that right foot. So my left hand is on the outside of my right foot and my right hand is on the inside of my right foot. Really opening the chest to the side. So forwards, keeping my left hand really reaching to the outside of the right foot. If you can't reach the foot, then reach towards the calf. And I'm keeping my left arm alongside my left ear. Big breath in, there's a big squeeze into the torso. And then reaching the legs out front. Squeeze into the thighs, sit nice and tall, reach up. And then slowly reaching forwards, forwards, forwards. Tilting over the legs from the hip creases into Paschimottanasana. So if you can't reach the feet, use your strap. And if you can reach the feet easily, then take a block for reaching beyond the feet. Take a nice big breath in, lift and lengthen in the spine. And then exhale, fold that little bit more over the legs. So the belly lands on the thighs first, then the chest arrives, and then lastly the head. Hold it here for another 3 breaths. To our last pose. Inhale and release. Just bringing our legs overhead for a few breaths. So pushing the arms, backs of the arms into the floor. Legs pointing up to feet, pointing to the sky, squeeze into the thighs. Really squeeze into the belly as well. So keeping Uddiyana Bandha, Mula Bandha switched on. And hold this here for 5 more breaths. Really squeeze those thighs really, really tight. And slowly lower the legs down. The last little twist onto your bellies. So laying down onto your front. Take the arms out wide and then start to roll. Turn the left hand palm facing up. Start to roll over towards the left. Bring the left leg knee up, bent up, and then bringing your right hand towards your left hand and bend that right knee as well. So you're reaching your hands, clasping the hands behind you. Big stretch into the shoulders. And then rolling over to the other side. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. So the right hand palm facing up, I'm rolling over, and now I'm lifting towards the left. I'm bending my right knee underneath, my left leg behind, and I'm reaching my left hand towards my right, clasping the hands behind me. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Two more breaths. And then slowly release. And then coming to lie down on your backs with the soles of the feet together into Supine Baddha Konasana. So nice and slowly rolling down onto your back, feet together. Open the knees. Maybe take a little rock from side to side. And then taking the left hand to the heart center and the right hand to the belly, or you can cactus your arms. Sometimes that's quite nice. It feels like the chest opens. And just close the eyes and then rolling the head left to right, nice and slowly. A little stretch in the neck. And then resting in center. Just going to spend a minute here. Just connecting, reconnecting with the breath if you've lost that connection. But this time really letting the breath go. So let the breath come and go naturally. No longer needing to force the rhythm of the breath. Just let it do its own thing. Just unclenching all of the muscles in the body. Scanning your body from top to toe. Just checking in on any space that you feel you need to release a little further. Send your breath there and soothe and dissolve any tension. Softening and releasing and just allowing the body to feel heavy. Feeling yourself sinking into your mat. Just letting go for a moment. Nothing to do yet. This is still your time, your practice. A little bit of self-care, self-love, gratitude, kindness to yourself. Very slowly hugging the knees into chest. So bring those knees together, hug yourself, knees into your chest. And then stretching out, reaching the arms overhead, reaching the legs, extend the legs, Give yourselves a lovely stretch. And then rolling over onto your right side, keeping the gaze low with their eyes closed. And then coming to a comfortable cross-legged seated position, keeping those eyes closed though. Sitting nice and tall, bringing your hands to your heart center. Dropping your chin towards your chest a little. So cherish all of your moments and embrace the beauty and importance of each one. Just taking this time to really reset and restore the body. A little bit of detoxification as we twist it into all of those spaces in the body. So honoring yourself by lowering your head down towards your fingertips, towards your heart center. The light in me honors the light in you. Thank you so much for practicing with me this Monday morning. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. Thank you. Have a lovely day. Thank you, everybody. Thanks so much. Have a lovely, lovely day. Take care.